Kick things off. All right. So who would like to just start raising your hand? And I'm just going to go in order. Raise your virtual hand for me, and I'm just going to go in order. And please share, just share your testimony. Remember, okay, we want everybody to go, and we would love to not spend a night, okay, here. So you got to be brief. Just let us know what this has been for you, how you've grown, and then we'll get through everyone. All right, Dion, honey, I see your hand is first. Talk to me. Talk to the people.
Can you hear me? Was that
I,
me?
I sure can. I can hear you.
Oh, well, hi everybody. But I'm not on
Hello.
camera. So I have been challenging. I have done challenges before, whether personal, professional, or anything like that, but this was a whole other level, especially for me being a virtual attendee. I will say that I had tripled the number of consultations I participated in since the end of January. Had more, like people just know the name. I'm gonna put it like that. People now know my business name. They know to refer me. They know to reach out to me when they are ready to do this, that, and the third. I'm just so excited to see where my business is still going to go. I
Yep.
also have to say there's muscle memory because when I say, have I posted today? Have I done this today? Like it's there, even though I have been taking a break. I ain't even gonna hold you. I have been taking a break. But it's there. Like I still feel so motivated just to be out there and doing the things and networking and all of that. So thank you so much for pushing us, even probably when we did not want to be pushed, and for giving us the opportunity to grow another way through Reba Nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dion. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. And I love that that was so powerful, even with you being there virtually. I love, love, love it. Angela, talk to me, honey.
Okay, I won't hold you either. Also, I want to say thank you to you, Coach Tiff, and also Words and just everybody, Diana and Brittany, just for pushing me. Also, I have been consistent with reaching out because I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to call people. I don't want to post. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to kind of stay in my shell and be comfortable.
Yeah.
So did have somebody reach out. He did say he was going to give me a shot with listings. So I went ahead and gave him the our contract. So yeah, that's my win.
Yeah. I love to hear it. Okay, Shanice, you're up next, honey.
I'm like, wait, do I belong in here? I don't see none of DBN. But anyway, I'm hey
It's
y'all.
mostly Reba, but DBM family. Okay, so you better come share your win.
Oh, thanks, Shanice.
So mine is that started out like again, I knew I was on assignment, and I appreciate the link you sent us, the link about the soldiers. Yes.
Righteous
So
soldier.
the righteous soldiers. So
Yep.
I locked in on that immediately. I got so much clarity with understanding my dreams and just being reminded that like I'm called for something so much greater. And so I've been showing up, and my engagement went up. As you know, I also joined the collective, and that started helping me with my social media. And then I got an opportunity with her, and so now I'm on that team. And so I'm like,
right.
we winning out here.
We're
So
winning all around. Okay, Shani.
yes,
I say it's win after win after win. All right.
yes.
But I love to hear it. Thank you for sharing, Shanice. I love it.
No problem.
Thank you. All right, Monica, talk to me.
Hello, everyone. So I just definitely want to give a shout out to the Accelerator. We had such a ball. Since then, well, let me start. Before then, though, for me, doing mediocre, one call a day, one email a day, maybe doing, social media templates maybe once or twice a week. But ever since our assignment, definitely every day has been the hustle, and I've been loving it, and it definitely has been bringing in client attraction. And I do definitely appreciate the fact that, like Shanice said, the Righteous Soldier platform definitely made me hone into the spiritual platform, and the spirituality of we're on assignment, spiritual assignment. We're out here to serve, and our harvest is here.
Yay. Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. All right, talk to me, Rashida.
Hey. So yeah, Tiff, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You and your team are just the most awesomest. But the accelerator helped me to get out of my shell. It helped me to get out and start networking, to start posting. Although I haven't been as consistent as I'd like to, but in that I was able to go ahead and get my prospect sheet set up to whereas I have like columns in my spreadsheet in order to help me to keep abreast of where I am in my process. I did, after being in this program for a year and a half, I finally got my first client, although I still haven't gotten a contract. But
Okay.
she is a broker and she's one of the top 1% real estate agents in the country. So this lady is closing like 20 deals per month. So
Wow.
I do have I do see my harvest or my seeds sprouting, and I know that my harvest is on the way. So I thank you guys so much for the encouragement. Thank you.
How was your event? Did you do your event?
I didn't do my event because
Oh, you did. Okay.
unfortunately we wasn't able to get any attendees, but we're gonna try again.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, thank you, Rashida. Come on with the 1%er. All right, 1%er. I love it. All right, Sakina, talk to me. Hold on, let me add. Okay, there you go, Sakina.
Gary, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, Mama Tiff. All right, so I love you, you know that. And River Nation is the bomb. It's everything that ever could have possibly been known to man to be the best community in the entire world, right? So originally, I was doing the things, the drive-bys, everything was going what I thought was normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Self-development, developing, and honing in on what entrepreneurship was really about. And then the accelerator happened. I was going to the accelerator. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be cute. You know, it'll give me more of like a concrete plan because my plans were kind of like watered down. I wasn't really knowing what I was doing, but I was just like, let me just try this. Let me just try this. Let me just try this. But when I got to the accelerator, it was more of an actual strategic plan. And I thought y'all was crazy with the whole 500 agents, but amazing to do it, like, and to be like in a routine, like have a system. Like I get up, I pray, I do this, and then I off 200 agents or 20 agents or whatever the number was, right? Yep. And so when that started happening normally, and then I'm doing my drive-bys, and then I'm going to my networking events, and stuff started popping off, like meetings and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is really a business. And then it happened, and I got my first signed agreement. I couldn't believe it. I got my contract, and then I got another contract, and I got another contract. I'm like, wait a minute. This seems not good. Like, is it supposed to be going this fast? So then, you know, I got another client who then had contract. Like, every client is going to have contracts. Like, that hit me, and I was like, oh, this is a well-oiled machine happening. Mm-hmm. So that's really awesome. And then to even navigate through that and have Kristen get me off the ledge, like, no, this is what you wanted. You forgot. And so, and then speaking to you, and then all of the assistance, it was the assistance for me to really like hone in on serving each client well, getting all the information that I was taught and that all the module work, actually working this contract and each one individually different and all of the things. It's an amazing accomplishment and success. And I'm so grateful because I know that even though I have now 5 clients and they're kind of like choppy, mm-hmm. I know like it's a thing. It's a real business with that needs to be nurtured, you know? And so I can't wait to understand what the next steps are so that I can make sure even in whatever, when we have contracts versus when we don't have contracts and it's a little quiet, how to nurture them and navigate through that and still be able to have my business thriving. Does that make sense? Absolutely. So I'm really grateful for the accelerator.
I thought that that assignment was crazy. But once I started to understand what its worth was, what the principle of it was, and then starting to gain from it was a whole understanding that navigated me to a whole nother project. So I'm extremely excited for our future and the business of Versol Transaction Solutions and how Pro Transaction Solutions had a baby. And so I thank you very much. And I look forward to the community forever because now I got to get certified. I got to get alumni and all of the things because I can't go nowhere now. This is my community. This is my family.
Okay, that's right. We stuck together, Sakina.
That's it forever. Thank y'all.
Together. Love it. Give it up for Sakina. A lot of people came to the accelerator never having had a client. Never having had a client, and they're ending the 90-day assignment with clients. So shout out to you guys. I love, love, love it. All right, Vanessa, talk to me, honey.
Hello, everyone. So I wanted to say thank you for hosting and also actually having the accelerator. What it did for me was get me out of my comfort zone. When it came to social media and having my face on camera and actually meeting with people at the events and with the networking events. So it got me out of my comfort zone, but it got me more confident. So I just wanted to say thank you for allowing us to be in the room and allowing us to be able to grow. And because of that, I got my first client. So thank you.
Come on, first client. I'm so happy for y'all. Okay, congratulations, Vanessa. Well, come on, big dog, Selena. All right. Okay, talk to us. Talk to us, Selena, and let us know the growth you've had from you already, okay, rocking it in January, but please share with us the growth you've had from January till now.
Okay, so the accelerator, first of all, I'd like to say is exactly what I needed. I was on the fence about attending, but I'm so glad that I did because what it provided me was structure. We have the portal, we have all the trainings and everything, but when you get out there in the real world and having to actually start working contracts and things, you need that structure, and that's what the accelerator did for me. I entered the accelerator with one or two kind of, off and on clients. But as a result of the accelerator from January until now, I have a steady like 7 clients. And I was actually, while we were on here, I was counting how many contracts I actually touched. It was 35 contracts since January.
Get out of here.
That I've actually, and I was super excited because April was my most profitable month. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like somebody else said earlier, this is really a business.
That's
But
right.
what I can say is, as a result of the accelerator with doing the emails and posting on social media, which I have to admit I've slacked off on as well, guys. But to be honest, the last 2 clients that I picked up, one lady called me out of the blue and she was like, I found you on TikTok. And I was like, that's not even one of the ones that I was on a lot. I was like, I said, my Polo TikTok account is sad, but she found me on TikTok and she signed up. And then just a couple days ago, I had a young lady call me and she said she was up at like 4 in the morning and she came across my page on Instagram. And I was like, okay, well, that's how I know you have to give God the glory. This is all divine. And so the funny thing though, Tiffany, I wanted to tell you was when I was talking with her, she was like, oh, I really like you. I'm going to sign up with you. I like to find somebody, to work with me who looks like me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She said, but do you know Tiffany Haynes? I was like, yes. I said, actually, that's my mentor. I said, I'm one of her proteges. She said, oh, because I came across her page too. So you know what she do. You do what she do. I said, yeah. She said, okay, I'm gonna go with you because I like you.
I love it. Come on, Selena.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a journey. Definitely been a journey, and I'm just truly thankful for you. Thankful for you for following your intuition, your heart, your calling to create this program because it's been definitely a godsend and a blessing to me.
Okay. Y'all better give it up for Selena.
Thank
35
you.
contracts is wild.
Since
Okay.
January, yeah.
January is wild. All right, girl, that is incredible. So let me ask you this, Selena. 35 contracts in January. What do you feel like is your next challenge that you need to perfect? Like, what is the next thing on your radar you feel like you need in your business to go to the next level?
Actually, it's expanding because right now I've just been doing contracts, and
Yeah.
I haven't really, out of 35, believe it or not, I haven't even done a listing yet. I haven't done a listing yet, and I haven't done, I have some people reach out about like the marketing and all the admin things, and I have a guy now who's like, "Oh, I need you to help me build my lead list and all that kind of stuff." So just doing that, expanding, just taking advantage, full advantage of what we've been trained to do
Yeah.
is I feel my next step.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's great. Let's give it up for everybody. I think I got all hands. If I missed you, pop it up real quick before we transition. But I think I got all hands. But congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to those of you that are really grown through this whole situation. I know many of you are saying like I was posting more consistently, then I got busy. I posted a little less, and while I wanted you to keep posting, okay, and that's going to be something we talk about. I do enjoy the fact that if you did stop posting, it's because you was working. Okay, let me say that. But we are going to be talking about that today as well. All right, we got Alina's hand up. Talk to me, Alina.
So can you hear me?
I sure can.
So first, I want to say thank you. Thank you for this program. Thank you for all the coaches. Thank God for leading me to you because I am so grateful.
Mhm.
So I, of course, didn't have any clients in January.
Yep. Okay.
I was able to go with the program, and I actually sent out like four different contracts, and I got two signed. One says she's going to get back with me because she wants to kind of build her business. But I kept on just being persistent and, liking her posts and things like that. And then she said, I want to invite you to a broker's open. So I'm on my way to that today. And then while I was actually working on my job, I got a call from a guy. He said, "Yeah, you sent me a message back in April, and I really want to go with you." I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to be sending him a contract. And I want to say thank you to Coach Claudette for telling me to just keep those nuggets going because that really helps out a lot. I want to say thank you to Coach Diana, LaJoy, Mari, and Coach Kristen because I had a actual lunch and learn that I was panicking about a bit. But that lunch and learn gave me a contract. So I'm so excited because she has several realtors under her umbrella. And she said, I really want you to grow. And she said, the reason why I like you is because you was persistent in a very positive way because I never gave up. So although we're not in the program anymore, I want to continue to post and continue to reach out, even to those who didn't reach back out to me. I'm going to reach back out to them. So again, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you better go off then, Elena. Okay. I love it. Talk
Thank
to me,
you.
Steph. Talk to me.
Hello, hello. Got a spotlight on me? Okay. All right, let's go. Um, Before the accelerator, I have, I think, one client, and I was timid to do anything that showed my face anywhere. I didn't even want my name out there. I just wanted the business name out there. When it came to reaching out to uh, potential clients, which I was only doing one email a day, I would stray away from the big names. Anyone that looked like they had it all together, I was like, I'm not ready for them. I'll come back. I would put them on a side spreadsheet and say, I haven't contacted them yet. And I was like, I'll contact them when I feel more confident. After the accelerator, which was amazing. Thank you so much for that. I told you, Tiffany, that okay, I'll keep going. I'm meeting some amazing people there, and coming back from that and getting stretched on the posting and reaching out to clients. No, I did not meet the 500 of each one, but it built my confidence. It made me not so shy to show my face. Yes, I'm out there. I don't care that there, I don't know if you guys, anyone is familiar with anything in California, but there is another Stephanie Younger in California, and she is a major retail agent. I mean, sorry, real estate agent. And she started small. She has now a huge brokerage. So I get confused with her all the time. People call me, because she's like on bus stops, but she's not my same. So I get people to call me and say, are you in real estate? I'm like, yeah, well, what's the reason? But it's not me. They're talking about her. And she's the only agent I have not decided to reach out to because I want to be really, really ready for that because she has an entire team. But everyone else, I will talk to anybody. I don't care how big you look. I'm sending you my information. I've gained 3 clients since then. I've stopped, not stopped. I've paused my social media posting because I've focused on building out my business. So Diana and her package has been an amazing tool. If you don't have it and you plan on hiring in any way, please reach out to Diana. Thank you so much, Diana. And now I have a Riva not employee, sorry, contractor that we are interviewing this week, and a non-Riva person I am interviewing next week to build out my team. And so now I got to go and get them some work.
You better, girl, trying not to bust this mic open, okay? It's so good. So, Dion, okay, because I want you, Dion. She said, "Girl, you better call that other lady. What do you feel like would make you feel prepared to call this other person that you feel like is this powerhouse?"
Probably my team, because I don't want to come to her and not be able to handle anything she might throw my way. And I have my 9 to 5 right now, and I know that that stumbles me a little bit. So I need to have that, and just I think that's probably the main thing.
Can I
Because I feel like building the
Can I
team.
interject?
You better get
I know
on
you're gonna tell me.
because I got plenty to say. But yes, please.
Yes, but one thing I wanted to say was I had a situation like that as well, where as a result of the challenge, a lady, one of the emails I sent out, she called me out of the blue, and she said, "I'm building my team. I got 9, under me, and I want to hire you." And at that point, it was just me. Okay. And so I panicked. I did full on panic mode. And what I did was I reached back out to the community, like, like they say, Tiffany says, and I actually contracted on a fellow Riva person to actually help me with that team. So you don't have to be fully prepared. What you need to stop doing is just waiting, say, I need to be fully prepared before I do. Do it anyway, and then work on that stuff in the background, as far as, hiring someone or reaching back out to Riva to get someone to come on board and assist you with that team until you get everything else prepared. That's all I want
Thank
to say.
you.
Because that's
Thank
what I
you.
did. That's what I did.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that's coming from someone, who did, 35 since
35.
January. So, got a little authority now. But I'll say this because I know what you mean. I know kind of what you're feeling. I will say this too, though. Somebody like your namesake, because that's the one we're focused on. Okay. Somebody like your namesake is not going to hang up with you and send you all her files in 24 hours. Like you're going to either know it's a warm lead that's about to turn into something, or it's cold. She already got her own little system built out, but you've introduced yourself and it could turn into something later. But it's not like you're going to say, well, it's great talking to you, and then tomorrow you're going to have 10 of her contracts, because her trust level is not going to be that high.
Right.
It's too much money on the line for her to go from just meeting you to giving that much to you. So what I would say is, yes, I would go ahead and start to create that relationship now, because if she's going to come potentially slowly but surely. She's going to come and say, you know what, let me try you out on a few admin things, or let me try you out on a listing. Let me try you out on one contract. She's going to come slowly but surely. Most high producers are not going to go from just meeting you to giving you their whole book of business. Just like you probably wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? If it's somebody that you just met. I think the biggest thing for you, I think you said you stopped posting.
Halted.
Okay.
It's a pause.
Okay.
I don't want to say stop.
Okay. I think the biggest thing for you is when people are investigating you, right? So as you guys' homework, I want you to go watch Who Are You Online? Okay. Some of you attended that when I did that training live. Some of you may not have never seen it, but there's a YouTube video that I did called Who Are You Online? If somebody on the team could find it and drop it, then I would love for you to put that in there. The reason why is because that's what she's going to do. Who is this girl with my name? Okay, and she's gonna go out and see and look on these internet streets. Why? That's all she has to go off of. She can't call
That's what I did with her.
can't call your cousin, your mom. She's not gonna call a bunch of clients. She's not gonna do all of that. So I want you to be mindful that somebody is gonna investigate you. Why? Because that's what you would do if somebody reached out to you. If they reached out to you and you're like, I really liked them on the phone. I really liked it. I really like, okay, I'm vibing with it. I did. If you did all of that with them, you're immediately going to go investigate them when you hang up with them. What is she going to find when she investigates you? And if it's nothing, you're going to make the decision harder for her. If it's at least, even if the volume isn't there, but the quality is there, or you're sharing what you know what I mean? It's professional. It's that at least it's something for her to go on to help her weigh her decision. Because that's a big decision for her. Help her make a big decision with a lot of data.
Thank you.
Okay. So just be mindful of that. So I don't know. I would get somebody like a Diana to look up your what your presence online, and she can look it up from the perspective of somebody that doesn't know who you are, and then she could offer feedback. And
look, I Google her, and my goal is to be above her on Google. Okay. I'm working on my SEO.
You gonna have some work to do if you done halted posting. Okay, so let's unhalt. And I know many of you said that. I would love to hear, and I don't even have to hear it. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because I wanna get into the lesson. So y'all give it up for Steph. I'll transition to the lesson because that's something I want to talk about. A lot of you said I was posting, then I stopped, was posting a little bit. Now, some of you stopped for good reason. Okay. Some of you stopped because I'll tell you why. Some of you stopped because you are a sprinter and not a marathon runner. So it was all fun and exciting in the beginning, and then you fell off. Some of you stopped because you did not like the interaction you were getting with what you were posting. Some of you stopped for that reason. Put in the chat why you stopped posting. If you started out being consistent, being as transparent and honest as you can be, I want you to put in the chat why you stopped posting. We also have our co-host for the Accelerator in the house. All right, where's Taylor? We're gonna be doing a little coaching on the harvest. Okay. Arlene said, I'm gonna add you on. Let's just get into it. All right, so we're gonna be doing a little coaching on the harvest. Okay, so Arlene said life. Okay, life happened to Arlene. Selena said she had to drive back had to go back into the okay, full time. Okay, got you. All right. Dion, I wanted to celebrate the end of the challenge. Okay. Darlene said just taking a little breaky break. Okay. Many clients were coming in heavy. I honestly became hesitant of my ability. And Diana said business began booming and I needed to hire the harvest. Okay, somebody said stumbled, life, physical challenges. Okay, so all of the reasons. All right, here's three things that Words and I are going to talk about today. All right, because there's three categories of where you guys are if you did the 90-day accelerator assignment. You either received a harvest, okay? That means you went from no clients to some clients. So you either received a harvest. What do you do now, right? I have some feedback. I'm going to share some of mine, and Words will share some of his. You're about to eat. Okay, the harvest is, it's near. It's like Rashida that's got a 1%er. You are about to chow down. And then some of you don't quite have a harvest yet. You don't quite have a harvest yet. Could be because you did not complete the assignment. All right. It could be for many reasons, but we want to talk about those three categories and then we'll go ahead and do some awards. All right. So let's talk about the first one. Okay. You actually have a harvest. First of all, give it up. Okay. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. One thing I will say is the biggest fumble that many entrepreneurs make is you get your harvest And I mean, you're so busy. Do you hear me? Pulling in the watermelon, cutting it up, chopping it up. Maybe you're selling some of it. You're so busy doing that, you don't prepare for the next harvest. You're so busy consuming your current harvest, you stop marketing, you stop sending emails, you stop posting. But what happens is even busy people stop being busy sometimes. So what happens then? You have to constantly have people coming in so that when your high producer goes on a month a sabbatical, you still got other clients you can work. You can't put all of your attention on your current harvest that you forget to work on the harvest that's going to be next season. So, all right, Words, what will you say to the people that are currently feasting on their current harvest and then just stop marketing?
I would say you have not received the harvest yet.
Mm.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know how this is good. My wife at one point was planting tomatoes, and she had never planted before. So she got her little seeds and all that. She's planting the tomatoes. I mean, she planted like 30 of them things. And nothing came. Like, she was taking care and watering them. She would do the whole, let me put the pot in the sun. Okay, the sun then going down. She'd move the pot, making sure they're getting the right sun. And then you know what? 3 tomatoes grew. And she got excited.
Yep.
That wasn't the harvest.
That's 3 tomatoes.
That was 3 tomatoes. If you think that God, a harvest is something that you need help.
Yeah.
You can't contain it.
Yeah.
So then when she had bop, 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 it was like, and she didn't stop. She didn't stop. She was like, okay, oh snap. The excitement made her want to, oh, ooh, shoot, that's move. Let me move this. Let me move this. Let me keep moving. So I'm saying to you, you started to reap the work or the fruit of your effort. What Tiff is saying, you must continue and actually to get, listen, the harvest will be something that you never get. It's something that is ongoing. Your kids will reap the benefit of the harvest. Your kids' kids will truly start to reap the benefit of all. That's when a harvest is something where you on some, okay, this so good. Like the conversations Tiff and I are having are conversations about our families. Okay, like, okay, how do we set up the family so y'all don't call me and ask me for any money again?
That's right.
I want you, it's, you know what I'm saying? So you won't ask. That's what we talking about, harvest.
Yeah.
Okay. But you started to set yourself up. You got about 3-4 tomatoes. But the question is, do you want to get to the overflow? The overflow where you can start investing and that money makes you money. And now you can spend that and turn that over to your kids. So Tiff and I focus on something like we compound. And this is why it's hard. This is why we have to force ourselves to take a little sabbatical this year, because whenever we start, did you see that? Oh, we did this. Let's do it again. Let's run it back. Let's add on top of it. Let's push more. Because when we feel a drizzle,
that's right.
Do y'all hear me? Don't let us be praying for rain and a drop come. I'm going outside. Hey sis, let's get outside now. We all the way outside and we're staying outside. That's what I want. I want you all getting soaked and wet outside. So that's what I would say. I would say, well done on doing what is needed to be able to make sure that fruit is coming. But we're not at the harvest yet. We not quite at the harvest yet. You could still manage this, but I want you to have something that just like, oh my God. That's you know what I'm saying?
Overflow. Okay, so
overflow.
All right, so let's talk about that. Let's stay right here for a second.
Let's stay here.
Because we have them that let's say because I like that you defined it. Let's say it's not a harvest, but they have fruit. okay,
fruit.
of their work. Let's say
They
that
got
they have
some
fruit of
fruit.
their work. They haven't received the entire harvest. But the minute they got the fruit, okay, they stopped their momentum in their marketing and things. What advice would you give them that are doing that and how to kind of get back going?
Yeah, so okay, let's look at it this way. Y'all know I like to talk in stories and parables. So, but let's look at it this way. You know how if a train is just starting and my car was at the track, I would still run. I would still, you know what, that train just started out. Let me drive past.
Yeah.
There's so much work into making sure a train gets started. There's so much work in a plane taking off, check all the checks and balances and the runway and all that stuff. So just think, you finally got in the air, you took flight, and you came back down. Guess what has to happen now? All of the checks and balances that you did to take off, you now have to do that all over again. The chicka 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 chicka, all of this stuff has to happen all over again. And the thing that business needs is momentum. The thing that takes a business from the hey, I just made $3,000 in a month to 10 and 20, and you start seeing new growth every single month, right? That's momentum. So let me give you another example where I just saw Tuka and Sharnice, both of them are on here. They started from the 90 days. They started doing their they started going live every day on their YouTube. And they were like, oh, we just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for the first 30 days until I get 50 people or whatever. And then their question was, or their response was, well, shoot, I hit my goal. Now I'm done. Life is happening. Like, I'm like, you've made the adjustment that is needed for you to be able to do it 30 days. What's stopping you from doing 60, 90 days, 120 days? And I told Tugga, like, you looking at Tiffany Montgomery and you want that audience, well, she did it for 2 years straight.
That's right.
So Tugga, you got to get on live every day for a minimum a year straight. Why? Because the momentum.
Yeah.
Now it gets to the point where does Tiffany Montgomery have to get on live every day? No, because the momentum got it to where she can go on there and people know she about to give out this work. She can go on there twice a week and people know. She could now, because of momentum, all right, this is why you don't want to stop. You want to build and capitalize on it. You build on the momentum, now she could sell out an entire event with 4,000 people in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
That's right. On her email list.
On her email list. That's momentum.
That's right.
Do y'all hear me?
Yeah.
When you stop, you have to reconvince yourself to start again because stopping was comfortable. That's what you have to understand. You were at a point where you were taking it. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is why it's so hard. And this is the same thing with weight loss. There's a habit that you have and that is comfortable for you. And for 90 days, you have stretched yourself out of that habit, or for 60 days, or however long you lasted, you were taking yourself out of the normal behavior that you're used to, and you're saying, I'm going to shift myself to become this person. But what you have to understand is your body and your mind is saying, but I've been this person for so long. Now, the question is, who wins? This person wants to be at this level. And this level is average and mediocre. You want to know how I know this level is average and mediocre? Because you just did this for 60 days. So you're capable of this, but this person is fighting. And when you stop, the momentum, you revert it back to this person.
My God.
I won enough. You saying I won enough to be comfortable again.
And go back to where I started.
Now imagine if you've been compound interest, you've been putting money in an account, and this compound interest, then you take all the money out, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna start again. You just lost the compound effect.
Right.
And that's what we have to understand. Every time you stop when there's momentum, you're saying, okay, this person won again. I decided that that was enough and I'm going to be mediocre. Let me do this last thing.
Okay.
There's a book, I can't remember the name of the book, right?
Okay.
But the book, he talks about what happens when people get success so fast, they do what is called upper limiting.
Oh, what is that?
And I'm about to break it down for you, okay?
Okay.
Upper limiting, it's a book with the fish. The fish is jumping from the small bowl to the big
To the
bowl.
big
The
bowl?
big leap. Come
Okay.
on, Diana. There you go. I knew that. Okay.
Write that one down. We
The
write that one
big
down.
leap.
Okay.
My man talks about, I want to bring up Shannon Sharp and John Morant and all of these people. There is something called the upper limiting effect. It is when your success outgrows or moves faster than the maturity or the skill set that you have to sustain that level. So you get success at such a rapid rate that your maturity or your character or your behavior or habits have not caught up to the level of the success.
Oh my God.
So when we see Shannon Sharp, the rapidness of his success, his lifestyle and who he was did not move as fast. Therefore, what do we see?
He's going back
John
down.
Morant, my man became so popular. This is a basketball player. Became so popular so quick that his maturity level did not grow as fast as his success. So that's why we constantly see him. Oh, he's suspended. Oh, he had a gun. It's like I look at these things and I'm like, you're upper limited. You all may look at him like, bro, you're making $10 million. This is dumb. It's because their level of success has surpassed their level of maturity.
Jesus.
This person won. So what I need you all to understand, don't get success and then upper limit and then be like, your level of success came at a place where you did not grow with it.
Jesus.
And that's key.
That's so good.
That's key. You want your success and your level of growth. This is why when you have people that are millionaires and they tell you, yo, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
And we understand it now. Most of the stuff that we pay for, literally, listen to me, y'all. I'm not necessarily just paying for somebody to teach me something. I'm saying every level that I want, change this thing right here. Get me thinking differently, because I know if my thoughts increase and I grow and I mature, then I will be able to constantly sustain. I grow with the level of success. That's the key. But every time you hit a goal and then you stop, this person wins. You sabotage yourself.
Yes.
Because what is happening, your body is literally fighting to be back to this point. Your body's like, but I've been here for so long. Let me be comfortable. And some of you all was like, okay, you can be comfortable. Some of you all said, you can be comfortable. Now look, I'm not judging you. Y'all know I've been on a journey. I've fallen short too. We all fall short of the, you know what I'm saying? But some of you all said, and you said, well, life is life right now. And you took that. You was like, ooh, I can compromise the goal because life feels a little hard.
Like it ain't gonna life.
As though life is gonna stop. Especially if you have kids. Kids be kidding. Okay? All right? Some of you all took, oh, you know what? Oh, there it is. My mom's 6. Yes. You got excited that you were able to have something because you were in a space where you were executing on the highest level, and it scared you so much that you looked for a reason to compromise it. You looked for something. Oh, I'm stressed today, but I can't do it today. I'm stressed. I can't do it today. My kids had an event. I had to go out of town. I'm stressed. When I've literally seen Tiff, I hit her and I was like, wait. We're in the middle of planning a challenge. You're doing slides and you're also planning your daughter's birthday. And I was like, my God, sis, you are crazy right now. Life is still going to life.
That's right.
She's still playing the details of her daughter's birthday party while doing slides for a challenge and being on meetings and serving you all. Life will always life. It's just a matter of, will you let life win or will you win? That's simple. It's a simple understanding. So again, the best thing to do when you're winning is you compound that. Find another win. Or I tell y'all all the time, hey, if you got the stats, run that back.
Yeah.
Run that back.
Right.
Y'all hear me?
Woo! How many of y'all want to just kick him out? Okay. And just that, look, Diana said she vote. Okay, you got to go. Because that was a conviction party. This supposed to be a party. That was a woo. Here's the thing about what you just gave. No matter how successful you were during this assignment, that brought conviction.
For sure.
Because everybody started with momentum they could not keep up.
Yeah.
But if you're saying, here's the good news about what he's saying, though. If he's saying the missing part is to make sure that the personal development is at the same cadence with the financial development, and it's at the same cadence with the leads and the opportunities, then you're not going to miss out. You're not going to miss.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why that personal development has to be every single day. You have to have personal development included into it. It has to be part of your business plan.
It has to be. Because sis, let me give you an example of us. We've had a year where we made $600,000 this year. And then we look around and be like, but where
is it? I've been robbed.
And that's not growing here as you're growing your success.
Come on.
That's the difference.
Yep.
That's getting comfortable with, oh, you made $600,000, okay? And then you start spending, because your level of growth and maturity, you allow that to stop. You stop the compounding, and then you got very comfortable. This version of yourself won the battle. And you get to the end of the year and you look at, man, you made $600,000. Okay, but what's in your savings? Nothing. What's in your investment account? Nothing. And you're like, what did I just do then?
And it's the perfect illustration for it is like, if you look at let's say 5 vessels, 5 bottles, 5 whatever, and what you poured into overflowed. Okay. But the personal development, the strategic planning, the financial sound decisions, right? You are pouring into that. And it went bankrupt while you were over here.
Yes.
And because the well ran so dry over here, you can't even enjoy what's over here.
Because it can't sustain it.
Can't sustain it.
You didn't teach yourself how to sustain this level. You ain't never made $600,000 before. Now you're gonna make it, and you didn't teach yourself what to do with the money when you got it. That's key.
Okay, that was good. That was good all day right there.
That's good word right there.
Okay, so all right, so my next topic I want us to handle here, because I think for the ones that have fruit, right? Because this is we're talking to the ones that have fruit. The main thing for you guys is to not stop what you were doing to get the fruit.
Yes.
That and I tell y'all, I'll give y'all the analogy of people that, the old school wells. I give this analogy all the time, where you have to pump the well to get it. When they're pumping, they are profusely sweating, back hurting, dripping with sweat, pumping to get the well going. And then the well finally starts to come, and you don't have to pump as heavy. You can just pump like this, right? You can just pump like this, and that's going to get a constant flow into your business. And now is that when you stop pumping altogether, and you walk away because you're dealing with the pots of water that just sprouted out the ground, you stop pumping all together, and then you realize you drank all this water, that water's gone, and you turn around and look at the well and you realize, oh crap, I didn't steadily pump. So guess what? To get it going again, you got to exert so much energy that you're discouraged from even trying again.
That's good.
That's why when he talks about momentum, the big momentum is so sacred, because once you get it, you don't have to work as hard as what you had to do when you started, but you cannot stop, or you will have to work as hard as what you did when you started.
For sure.
That's the cheat code, is to find your cadence where the water never runs dry.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking from about 25 years of entrepreneurship experience, right? So we're telling you what we know. We're telling you what we've already done to ourselves. We're telling you the torture that we've already done to ourselves, and we know better now. It's like and words is really bad with this. He can't hardly celebrate a win without already focusing on next quarter. I'm like, can we just, he like that, man, listen, but in third quarter, what we going, because it's like he knows what it looks like when you stop pumping, when you get so excited about the wells of water that you just received that you stop pumping. And I consciously have to tell him, like, okay, all right, let the people, because he'll be texting the whole team. All right, and so next we need to, and then after that, and then we need to do, can we tell him good job on we just won the championship. And it's not that he's being insensitive, and it's not that he doesn't appreciate the team. He knows what it looks like when you stop pumping. Okay, so from speaking from that experience, it's traumatic. It's traumatic to be rich first quarter and poor in second quarter.
Right.
Traumatic.
You better.
We trying to save you from some trauma.
You better talk to him. Ain't nothing like being balling out first quarter, and that's why you see, like, I just give y'all one last example before we move on.
Okay.
We're like, we just did the challenge with Paris, right?
Yep.
We saw, wait a minute, this went really well. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Let's try this. Let's try to run it back 2 weeks later, but evergreen it. I am all about, this was some crazy momentum right here. Run that thing back and let's see what's going on. And then we saw more fruit. I said, yes. I literally want to squeeze everything out of it before we move on to the next one. Right? Ro just had a challenge in March or something. We're about to run another one in June. I said, hey, she got another big interview come up. Run that back. Run the play again. Run blue 42. Run it back. Run that back. You know what I'm saying?
So, and I know many Ariva, you guys will be learning the formula for what it's going to look like for you guys to do a challenge at the upcoming Accelerator, because Words and I have been working together to see and curate that, because it's such a powerful way to get an influx in clients. It's not the way that you should always get clients, unless you're willing to do those, every month or something like that. But it is a beautiful way to get an influx in clients, stabilize the finances of your business, and then from there you can pump the well. Right? The challenge is definitely you got to pump that thing, but then once you have it, you can pump the well and have that consistency coming in. So we'll be designing what that looks like for the next one. But okay, let's go to our next batch of mentees that we have. So we have the ones that saw fruit. We have the ones that are about to eat the fruit. Okay, I don't know if you had joined yet. When she just got a top 1%er agent. Okay, so she's now getting ready to stabilize her systems and all that, and prepare for what that's going to look like for her. And so I want to say this too for the ones that are about to eat, and this really qualifies for our third category, which is you didn't receive the fruit yet. Okay, and you're like, I don't see no fruit on the plate either. All right, you like and you have to be honest with yourself why that might be. Let's first start there. But what I want to talk about is the art and the power in the follow-up. A lot of you are reaching out to someone, and I know Words has a powerful follow-up story too, so I want him to tell that. It's the one, remember, that got on the live with you? Remember that one? She emailed, then got on the live, then you know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna text you because I need you to tell that story, because it's
okay.
A follow-up. So, because it's gonna trigger it. So, but what I want you to understand is a lot of times you reach out to your agents who you want to work with, and let's say they don't respond at all. You take that personal, like they don't want to work with you. and you really underestimate that you live in a world, first of all, where people have 1,000 things going on, can have a need that's not met, and you could be the perfect match and they still not respond. Why? Because the moment you text them, how many of you, because I know we all do, how many of you, every time this certain person call you, they call you at the most inconvenient time? It's like an art.
Inconvenient. Do you hear me? Inconvenient. That's
It's
my
like
little
an
brother.
art. I ain't gonna say no names, but I got one person that called me. I mean, I'm going through security at the airport with the kids, whereas you already know with the kids,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother battlefield. I mean, I'm trying to collapse strollers and this person called, hey, I said, their timing is impeccable. Okay. And it's just, you could be calling at these times, emailing and texting at these times. And you don't follow up because you take business too personal. You're too emotionally attached to the sales process. And you don't understand that just a simple follow-up where the calm of the day has hit them and they still know that they have this need, and you happen to hit them at the right time, they're at the right place, and now they can talk. I have so many testimonies from people in Reva Nation that said I secured a client from following up and they didn't say anything when I reached out to them the first time.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you talking about with E?
No, it was
Because I got a lot of these stories.
I know. No,
I'll be
that's a
on
good
my
one too
follow up.
now. That's a good one
I'll
too.
be on my follow up. Okay.
That's a good one. I want you to tell that one. But there was one that I thought was powerful because she wanted to work with you. She sent you a long email. It was so long. You was like, I can't even read it. And then she jumped on your live and then all that.
Listen.
Okay.
Oh yes. The young lady met me at Millions. First of all, she came up to me at Millions. She wanted to introduce herself. She was like, I just want you to meet your next assistant, or what's the thing they call people
executive assistant or something?
No, the thing when you're in college and you work for free, intern.
Oh, intern.
She said, I want you to meet your next intern. I said, oh, okay, cool. She was like, I'm gonna send you my resume. Can I get your email? Gave her my email. This girl sent me the longest email I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, whoa. And attached to that long email was a freaking resume. I was like, I can't do this. And I sent it off to Tati or somebody. I'm like, look, can you check this out? Can you read this or whatever? And 2 weeks go by. She's emailing it. Hey, I sent you that. She sent me a DM. I did a live. This girl got on my live. Okay. I was like, hey, where's your intern here? I sent you that message 2 weeks ago. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. So she called me out on the line. I'm sorry. We're gonna get back to you today. And I was like, yo, I'm telling the TV, yo, somebody get back to this girl today. Whatever role she want to do, let her do it. Train her up and let her do it. And so it got to a point where I wasn't mad that she was following up. I was now like, dang, her follow-up was a constant reminder of my negligence. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, dang, I need to get this girl is on it. Yep, like yeah. I want somebody like that. I literally said, whatever role she wants to do, talk to her and tell her she got it. And then I said, and we'll even pay her this. It took me so long. She turned the money down, turned it down, and was out here working. So the follow-up for her was she got what she wanted. She from her meeting me at Millions. All right, so Millions that year was in March. I would say she had to follow up with me until probably about August, September, and then boom, she got the role.
That's so good. So
no interview. I ain't interview her, nothing. I was just like, this was her interview. That's right. This whole thing was an interview process. So
obviously, you know how to get it done.
You gotta get it
obviously done. So I want y'all to be encouraged by that, and I also want you to put together a strategic plan for every single person you reached out to over these 90 days of how you're going to follow up with them. Strategic meaning, you know how often you're going to work on it a day, or maybe how many you're going to do a day. And you're going to go back in for the kill, for the close on everybody you reached out to. Stop thinking because you reached out once, they don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's
And Tiff, that goes into the I know y'all see I have this attitude like I don't care what you think of me. It took me a long time to develop this attitude, okay? But that goes into you having problems with rejection, right? So you felt that rejection and you took it personal, but this is business. Your feelings will cost you your finances. Your feelings will cost you your finances. This is something I learned with from Terica Lynn Smith. Terica, this is the standard right here. And it doesn't matter. Anybody that's not beating this standard, she don't care about, oh, I've known you for 10 years. You can't work with me. You can't like she like I seen her like, oh yeah, no, I'm done with them. I was like, oh shoot. And here I am in my feelings, like, no, I've been with them for this long. Well, all right, well, if you're done with them, I'm gonna be done too. And she's like, okay, cool. But she doesn't let her feelings get in the way of business. And you're at a point where you're like, oh man, they didn't respond to me right away. They don't care. Like they're doing all of this other stuff. Hit again. And that goes into with E. When I got a mentor of mine gave me E's number. And I've told you all this before. I was nervous as crap to send him a message. I sent him a message. And I have this on video. Okay? Him admitting to this. I have this on video when I finally saw him in person. I sent this man a message for 3 months straight. No response. None. But here's the thing. I hit him at my convenience. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at night, or whenever I remember. And then I happened to catch one of the podcasts, and he's like, man, at 3 a.m., I said, what time? 3 a.m.? Bet. Now, this is when I started getting up. And Joan, because I started making Joan get up with me. We getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I messaged him. That was the first time he mentioned. So now I started getting up every day at 3 a.m. because that was the time where there was no competition. I wasn't competing with, oh, I'm at this speaking gig or I got these people around me or anything like that. Only person you're going to see this text, as soon as you get done talking to God, you're going to see my text in it. Yeah. I'm texting at 3 a.m. on the dot. And I did that for 3 months straight. And from that developed, he says, hey, I'm doing this event in Chicago. You know about it? I said, yeah, I already got my ticket. All right, cool. Let's link there. I said, bet, let's do it. I go to day 2 where they started learning about the disc. I text him. I said, yo, that was incredible. He hit back. He said, I'm starting a small community with a few people. Would you want to be in it? It's going to be $2,000. I had $1,000 in my savings at the time. Okay. But y'all know I'm not afraid to sell something. Whatever we had, I sold it. I got the $2,000. And that's when I joined the community. All right. The extreme execution community. It was so new that it was a text group. Wow. It was like 10 of us in a text community. Rochelle being one of them. Mm-hmm. And then we're digging. Tiff being, all of us are in there. And then from there it developed and I started going to work. I started serving. And then that's how we developed a relationship. That's how Tiff and I, Ro, all of us developed this relationship. Off of that one moment of consistency, for 3 months, it cost me 3 months of my life to be able to meet the people and have the connections that I would need to create a 7-figure business.
That's incredible.
That's cost me 3 months.
Bull. The art of the follow-up. So can we commit, to following up? I think that was enough inspiration that you needed. Commit to the follow-up. First of all, that applies to all 3 categories. Because anybody that's got fruit, you need some more fruit. You're waiting on your harvest, okay? Anybody that's about to eat, all right? You got a few clients, you're waiting on them to start sending their deals in, right? All of that applies. And if you haven't received your harvest yet, All right. Then the first thing I want you to do is analyze what you contributed to that. That's the first thing I want you to do, is to have an honest conversation with yourself of why you believe you didn't receive your harvest or your fruit in the time you wanted to receive it in.
Yeah.
I think this is very important. I know one of the biggest downfalls, I would say, to somebody that is not progressing, one of the biggest signs that somebody has a spirit of poverty is they have an inability to assess their contribution to an L.
You better.
Anybody that I know that is winning, they don't even want to share the L. You could be like, well, I probably should have, nope, I should have did this. They don't, they selfish with the accountability on the L.
That's on me.
That's on me. I messed up. You be like, well, no, I probably could have did. They will fight you for the fault on the L. Anybody that is like that, they're winning. And anybody that is like a hot potato, or you should, I didn't really, and if I would have had this, and if I would have, their bank account is reflective of the fact that they lack accountability.
Yeah.
So let's first just evaluate that, because your ability to evaluate that is indicative of the signs that you will be wealthy in due time.
And a great example of this is again, going back to Ro, she did the challenge. I said March, but it was February. I hit Tiff and I said, yo, this marketing on this challenge is trash. I am dropping the ball everywhere. What are you seeing? And you definitely could have been doing some stuff differently. And then her next words was, but I should have also. I'm like, no. Just let me know what I need to do, because I should have been on top of this and all this stuff. And then we turn that thing around immediately. I came to her like, this is trash. This is not a launch. This is trash right here. And then she was like, no, we definitely could have done some things differently, but I could have stepped in when I saw this and this and this and this. We're both at a point where like, nah, this is me. Nah, this is me. All right, it's us. Now, how do we solve this problem? Because the sooner you can get to the point of what I did, you can get to a solution faster. The longer you delay what I did, then you have to stay in this. You will make an excuse about these things kept me from winning. So now everything you blame is external, which things that you can't control. Therefore, you can stay in your losing state, in your poverty state, because you think it's these things. And you're waiting, well, if my environment changed, if my mama would stop doing this, if my husband supported me, if this, and this. You always keep your excuse of, if these things would change, then I would win. And that's very inaccurate. And when you can come to the point of, all right, if my kids are in the way, well, if I wake up earlier, then I have 2 hours by myself. Because you know your kid's not going to wake up at 5.
Right.
You know that. If you come to the conclusion of, you know what, if I said I'm not going to watch TV for the next 90 days, and I use that time that I normally use for shows, and I do this, then the sooner you can identify your fault is the faster you can get to solution. That's the key. The last thing I would tell you all, for those that, you're about to eat, I think the best thing is, and this coming from Tip, like when we have a client, the best thing we can do when we're about to eat, we both want to show them what a year or 2 years of working with us will look like.
That's so good.
So it's key that when you're at a point where you are about to get somebody to sign a contract, or you just signed a contract, now how do you get them fully acclimated to you? Well, you got to show them that you're already solving problems that they're not even thinking about yet. You want to already have a plan in place. You want to already have a system that you know is going to solve these problems for them. And I want to show you the growth that we're going to have in our first 6 months together. Now I have something to look forward to. Now I'm like, okay, this person, I'm like, let's go. Like me having Tati as operations bringing her on as operations, literally, she was like, all right, she sat down with me and was like, this is why I'm thinking we're going to take the company. So when I tell you that I default decisions to her, when I tell you I'm like, I submit the decisions to her, I do just that. People will call me and be like, okay, so what do you think about this? And you talk to Tati about it? No, talk to Tati about it. And let's see. Because Tati gave me the plan. She gave me the plan, the system, and she told me what tools she needed. And I said, cool. And I believe in the plan that she gave me. And so therefore, I'm going to submit to her leadership in that. That's it. And now when you get a person on board like that, you need to have a plan that they will submit to, because then it won't be you work for them, they work for you. Actually, when you look at it, and I know this may seem a little arrogant, but when we got clients, the clients work for us. We're the one calling the plays. Hey, this is what I need you to do. I got 12 videos I need you to do. We're gonna do this site. We're gonna launch this day. Oh, we set up this interview for you. Okay, coming off of this interview, we're gonna do this plan. You see what I'm saying? We're in control. We're running the companies. You're working for me, and the thing that you may fall into is you get so excited and you think you're working for them. No. That realtor, this is now you're now the owner. These are your clients now. Only thing they're your face. Think of it like this. They're your face of your company. Go get out here and sell me some more houses. Not playing with y'all.
Diana said, I'm the captain now.
What'd you say?
Diana said, I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now. Go. Well, you only sold one house? You messing up my money. Go get out here and sell three more houses. I wish Rochelle would try to figure out how to build a site and mess up my money.
Okay.
Go do some curls and push-ups and keep them guns intact and get your butt on this video so you get out here and make us some money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
That's when you come into it, when your system is so strong, y'all, you can come into it with that posture. And they will submit to you on that.
They like that. They really do. I think that was one of the things about me when I was working like day to day. I would come in like, hey, this how we gonna do it. Okay. You send me I need focus on this. I took a look at I was all in their business. You know, I don't mind my business. Took a look at your social media. Do you need some help there? I do see that you're consistent at first, but you know, you haven't. So don't feel bad about getting into their business and having recommendations. If they haven't sent anything yet, recommend things they can send. Hey, if you don't have a contract yet, I just want to remind you, I can do this, this, and this. I went ahead and took a look at. Okay. We used to have this thing. I don't know if it's still on there. I don't know if Triss is on still, but what were they called, Triss? What was that thing called? We used to have on there the assessment. It was called a needs assessment. I don't know if we still keep it on the site, but it literally, for every need that you had that we could provide, we would send an assessment that you could fill out, and we would give you a full proposal of how we can meet your needs and what it would cost.
That's crazy.
Tristan, we still have it on the site. Oh, I see it. Let me see if the links.
Oh, I didn't even know Tristan. Hey, Tristan. I didn't know Tristan. Hold on. You can't get on the call and not acknowledge Tristan. Hold on. Okay. Hey, Tristan.
Acknowledge the boss. Look at, this is what ours looks like. I'm gonna show y'all this real quick, and then we're gonna get into the awards. And also, for those of you that want to, come do round 2 with us. Don't you wait. Okay, can y'all see my screen? All right. Look at this. Meet the problem solver. Okay. And we would send them this assessment. They fill this out. What would your ideal real estate assistant take care of for you? There might be things that they're thinking of that they want that I don't even know to say. And I immediately begin to put that in their proposal. This is one that always gives us a good something to work with, right? What interruptions deter you from being productive? Like literally, and then they start putting it in there. They may not even thought of this. What interruptions deter you from being productive? I hate to admit it, but I hate handling And then they put that in there. My perfect assistant can, okay, who handles your listings, who handles your transactions, and then we kind of wrap it up from here. My reservations for hiring a real estate virtual assistant are, and then they can put that in there, because whatever their reservations are, we know that's what we need to combat in conversation. What CMR management system do you use? Why do we want to know that? Because if we're familiar with that system, we can talk about all the things we can do in that system and how we can help them. So this is the needs assessment that we have, and they submit this. From that, we can create a full proposal. This right here is going to be indicative to you putting something in the proposal. What interruptions deter you from being productive? Guess what they're going to say every single time? They're going to say paperwork. But this question allows them to see that it's preventing them from being productive. By nature of the question and them having to put the answer, I am selling my services.
That's so good. That's so good.
Okay. So this is the needs assessment. So y'all can ours is done. I think it's just backed in through the Squarespace site, but you guys can you can do it with a Google form. You can do it whatever. A needs assessment is something you can have go out as a part of Rashida says she has her discovery form, right? You can have it be incorporated there. Or you can have it as a separate form that you can send out, because while you're waiting on contracts, that's going to give you a whole slew of opportunity that you can provide them. All right, so let's recap. Okay, let's recap before we transition. First thing I want you guys to take away, right, from what Words talked about, is making sure that your personal development is incorporated into your daily regimen. Into your daily regimen, or it will be impossible for you to maintain the success that you have.
That's so good.
That's the very you're gonna have to do. Second thing, I don't know what's echoing. Is anybody off mute? Okay. Second thing is we want you to make sure that you never stop pumping the well. I don't care how busy you get, you have to have some cadence that you can do no matter what. It's just like this. No matter how busy your business gets, you still eat every day. You still brush your teeth, you still get dressed, take your shower. You still do other things. You have to think about your marketing as one of those required other things. Find a cadence you can do and maintain even when you are busy, in season and out of season. If you don't, you're going to be rich one season and you're going to be poor the next.
Tiffany, can you repeat number one, please? Sorry.
I can. Number one was what Words' advice was, which was make sure there's personal development incorporated into your daily cadence. What does that look like? It could be a video, it could be a book you're reading, 10 pages out of a book, right? That's going to help you with personal development. I'm going to put, for the award winners, I'm going to send everybody that gets an award tonight a copy of The Big Leap, okay? Because that's the book he referenced that helps to make sure that your cadence is that you can maintain the results that you desire. Because a lot of times we aspire to be at levels that our character can't maintain. Our consistency can't maintain.
This is good. Yeah.
Right. So that's why if you've heard my prepare for what you're praying for, I say, well, if you start acting like you have the thing already, then the thing will come. The problem is you don't even have the consistency and the wherewithal to act like you have the thing already, which is why you don't have it. All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm echoing on.
I started saying it, the phone started echoing again. Can you say number one more time, please?
Okay. Number one was making sure that your personal development is incorporated in your daily cadence. Every single day, your personal development should be incorporating your daily cadence. Is anybody else off mute, or is that just me doing that? I muted Words just to make sure, but I'm trying to see, is there anybody else? Okay, it's just me, so I don't know why it's doing that. All right, so so that was the first thing. Second thing is, and a lot of you, okay, Tristan, no one else, so I don't know why I did that. A lot of you incorporate personal development here and there. You have to treat it like brushing your teeth every single day. Tiff, I don't have time to read a book. Get an audio book, and every time you hop in that car, you can't listen to music in this season. Who cares if you know the lyrics? You can't listen. If you're in the car, you should be listening to something that's now, if it's your worship time, okay, don't deter the worship time. But you should be listening to audiobooks. You should be listening to podcasts. every single day. I told you about when I first became an entrepreneur, I had one topic I would focus on for 90 days straight because I was running from the person I used to be. I say it all the time. The old me could run and had a gun, okay, and could shoot. I had to take off, or that my old person was going to catch me. So keep that in mind. Also, for those of you about to eat, Words gave some good word on the art of the follow up. Follow up on everything. Prepare as if the clients will come tomorrow. But follow up on everyone that you've hit up. Follow up with them and continue to keep the cadence where you're reaching out to new people. All right. So don't lose your momentum. That if you don't take anything else from this, don't let this be the peak of your business, what you did, because you have this extreme accountability in here. All right.
And I think that's also why we do it. Well, we always talk about 90-day sprints. You know, if you every 90 days, then you regather in that environment that caused you to have this peak or to have this, extreme accountability. Now, at some point, because you're pushing yourself to a different level, your stamina is not at that level yet, which is why, boom, 90 days, let's go again. Boom, you recharge, let's get charged up, and then boom, you go back out there. And then you look at it and you built in a full year, you built a freaking 7-figure business. This is like, well, Reba, y'all, we just locked in and we were talking every single day. And we just locked in presentation. We started like when we talk about I need y'all to understand the presentation wasn't just done and then now you get on. We got on calls where we were like, I'm like, all right, we're gonna do you do the presentation, and Tiff's like, all right, cut your camera off and your microphone. So I had to listen to the presentation and take notes on the presentation while she's doing it. And she's doing it in full blast. All right. So everything, it doesn't just happen just because you just feel like, oh, this should happen in my life, or I've had enough struggle in my life, though. So some good should counteract that. No, you make it happen. You create it. You speak it by force. Is how we took this thing. Is how she just took over this industry and came in here and was like, you know what? I got this business. We're gonna do this. And we looked at every slide was intentional. Every word, however we pieced it together, everything was very intentional, and we just locked in. Boom, 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 and we practiced. After a webinar, we said, oh, let's make these changes. Like there wasn't a luck. Yeah. There wasn't a moment where Tiff, because at that point, we're like, okay, we're putting all of our attention into this. This is a nice little risk for us. Okay. So Tiff couldn't hit me and say, hey, bro, I got the kids, whatever today. Hey, girl, hold on. I got my family depending on this too. Hey, we can't, I ain't got time for your like, I ain't feeling it today. You can't tell me that. If we said we were going to get on this call and you were going to do this presentation today, then you're going to get on here and do this presentation and you're going to suck whatever up. And she did that every single time. We would be out of town and she was like, yeah, I got my webinar tonight. Ro, the same thing. We had Ro doing calls, closing people on phone calls. Let's be clear. I need y'all to be very clear. All right. Ro did 50 live webinars. She started doing 2 a week, getting on live. And not only that, she's doing 2 lives a week webinars, but she's also calling
and closing.
She's also calling and closing the people. We were out of town in Florida. We all kicking it and eating breakfast. Ro is in the other room doing closing calls. Let's be clear. We have 5 families eating off this. You can't say, she can't say I'm sick today. I can't do these calls. You do. We gotta do the calls. There's no such thing in our squad. There's no such thing. Oh man, life is life. And now if you're health or you're sick or something and you down, that's different. But you can't come in there telling us some, y'all, I'm sorry, life is life. And what does that mean? What does that mean?
And then you just answered your own question. That means they don't see the families that it affects when they don't move.
You see what I'm saying?
But you're still affecting the families.
Yeah.
You don't see it as clearly as we see it.
Right. You don't see how, okay, now you don't move, or you took time off, you took a play off, all right, and you a key component, you took a play off, now that caused a suffering, that caused a chain reaction.
Yes.
And we don't do as well, right? When we make decisions, we're making decisions together. Everybody's on, hey, everybody good? Okay, cool. And I don't care that we made it together. If I brought the idea and we all agreed to it and it falls flat, I'm still gonna be like, hey, that's on me. Here's what we're going to win.
So Trishelle in the comments, she says, what does that mean exactly? So here's what I want to say. One of the opening questions that we typically open with, especially when we're doing challenges, is we always say, write down this. Who wins if you win? Write down the names of who wins if you win.
Yeah, that's good.
Winning is never all about you. So if you write down the names of who wins if you win, you're also looking at the names of who loses if you stop.
Yes.
And when you're looking at who wins if you win, that should drive you in a way that it drove Rochelle, that it drove myself. It's people connected to my success. And a lot of times that's all you need when you get weary. Because sometimes it's so easy to tap out when it's just us. It really is. It's so easy to tap out when it's just us. It's almost impossible for to tap out when you feel like you tapping out is going to have a domino effect on so many people.
My goodness.
But you forget who it's affecting when you stop, because you forget who wins if you win.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure to write that down. All right, so as you know, all right, at the end of June, we're going to be doing another accelerator. All right, so many of you have signed up. Many of you may not have yet, but I will say this, okay? As of, I think she did it about a few hours ago, all right? We now have the live stream link available. So if you want to join virtually, you can, all right? So give it up to Shirley, all right, and Tam that made it happen. Because I was like, Tam, the people want the live stream, okay? They blowing up our email. They're blowing up Words' email. So we do have the live stream available. I'm going to drop the link one more time. Words and I are going to quickly go through what we have coming up for that accelerator, and then we're going to do our awards and get you guys out of here. So one of the main things, Words and I met and talked about, what is it that they need next, right? They know how to get some momentum in their business. If they do it or not, that's on them. But we created the environment and the learning of how do I get more clients? How, what is a consistency plan I can come up with that will give me an influx? Like, we've created that. So you have that. The good thing, and what he said is something that we do as well. Take a 2-week break from the 90-day assignment. Take a breather, okay, if you need to. Maybe 5 days, maybe a week, and go right back in. Go right back into doing another 90 days where you say, I'm gonna reach out to 500 agents. I'm gonna do these many pieces of marketing, because you constantly taking a breather and then going right back in is gonna put you in a position where you never run out of the overflow in your business. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have the formula. You don't have to have that marketing formula where we create that same environment to come learn that live for you to do what you just did. Do you understand? You can do that now. You can do that now. Trishelle, yes, you can ask your question after. Let me go through this and then I'll let you ask the question. So understand that. Don't feel like, oh man, that was so exciting. That gave me such an influx. What do I do now? Do it again. Do it again. You had accountability this time. You can create your own self-accountability groups. But the most important thing is you know what to do now when it comes to the marketing. You just got to get busy. All right. So what we've talked about now is what's needed now. And it's what Selena has said. It's what Diana has told me. It's what so many have said. Is like, now I'm working on building out my business in a way where I need help. And it's so funny. It's like, even with all the resources in the portal and your access to, Tristan has phase 4 where you got the phases. Words has his things built out in Dream Builder Nation when it comes to that kind of stuff. And it's like, when you have the disc assessment, you have all that. When it's time for you to build your own team, you're like, Tiff, what I do? It's like you want somebody to break that thing down for you step by step, because you don't want to miss. It's a huge investment. It's a huge investment of your time and money. It's like, I'm just now getting my money up. I got to share some of it, which I'm willing to do because I know I'm gonna be able to scale higher. But how do I go about this the right way where I don't miss? And we want to spend some time and go over that at the accelerator, right? I mean, dig in. I mean, let's take this dish that you've been learning for a year and let's leverage it. Let's take what Words and I have done, who both have people that have worked for us for many years. Tristan's been with me almost my entire time I've been an entrepreneur. How is that? It's not by happenstance. Okay, I think she loves me, but it's because there's some things that you have to have as a leader and an entrepreneur that make people want to continue to rock with you. And it's not always all about money. And we want to talk about all of those things. He said, never about money. Right? We want to talk about those things, right? So we're going to be digging into that, building out your team. Another thing that we were going to be dealing with at the next one is, what happens now that you have some money coming in? How do you steward it well? How do you steward it well? We have Paris that's going to come in and give us some incredible strategies in the stock market that I'm still angry. I'm still angry because he's known Paris. How long you know Paris?
Look, probably almost 2 years now.
And me and him are just now doing the strategy that she teaches, right? And we're blown away at how simple it is. It takes us about 5 minutes a week. You take some of your money, you invest it in the most, it's the most, she calls it it's boring. And ain't nothing exciting about it. It's boring, but it's almost guaranteed strategy in the stock market. She's going to teach us that at the accelerator.
I just sent Tiff. I'm looking for the text, or I may have sent. Oh, I said Paris is going to be our Jamal, which is 9 to 5 millionaire.
That's right.
Like he brought them real estate.
Yeah.
Paris is bringing us this
That's
stock.
right.
If you all see how Jamal increased the circle, Carl got property, ET started getting property, you have CJ getting property, you have everybody now buying property and creating a whole nother revenue stream because Jamal had that skill set. And then I just text her in my excitement, I'm like, Paris is our Jamal.
That's right.
She brought something that is we can expand, and we just gonna start helping people. This is gonna be crazy.
Yep.
Okay. So I just texted that to her on Saturday.
He sure did. So we're excited to bring it to you. I think we both wanted to make sure we did it ourselves and knew that, you know what I mean? Because I know when people hear stock market, they automatically feel it's a little, scary to them. Right. But it's such a simple way. It has nothing to do with probably what you're used to seeing. Her strategy is just different from all of that. And I think her biggest testimony is she had a learning disability. She had all these things working against her. She's like, Tiff, I couldn't have did nothing complicated. Like, this was the way I was able to grow my money. And she replaced her income, left her 9 to 5, hadn't been back since because of this strategy. So we're going to teach y'all at the accelerator so you guys can be doing it with us. All right, so we could be talking about in the Telegram what we buying this week, what we investing in this week, and building out the team. And then probably our biggest strategy that we have not taught, just because Words and I are even building it out and what it looks like for Riva. He knows what it looks like for Dream Builder Nation, but showing you guys what it looks like if you wanted to do a 5-day challenge. It's a virtual opportunity to get a ton of your prospects in one place, and you can now slow down what you want to tell them in a way with storytelling, with strategic learning, with principles, which, I mean, it's just a way to slow down the sales process, and it increase your sales conversion where you might get 8 to 10% on a webinar. You're getting 20, 30, or like Rochelle, okay, that's getting 50% on her challenges. So it just increases your opportunity to convert. It's just a crazy jump. And I'll tell you why real quick, just give you the science behind it. For somebody to purchase from you, typically they need to spend 7 hours with you. I think that's the reason why I had great success with doing the lunch and learns because I did them every month, and the same people would come back. So I was able to get teams and brokerages and big dogs out here because I was doing the lunch and learns. But imagine what took me 7 months to do, because I did 7 lunch and learns. I could do it in a week, in 5 days, because I could spend 7 hours with you, right? It's the same thing. People need to spend more time with you to be able to purchase with you, right? It's the reason why my webinar is almost 3 hours. It's because you need a lot of time to make an investment that big. And then y'all probably still said, let me look her up, watched a few YouTube videos, went on social media, because you got why? Because mentally, even though you don't know it yet, psychologically, you are adding the time to the trust. Okay, I like what she said there. Okay, you're right. Like that. Okay, let me add that. I like that. Oh, she's associated with this part. Okay, I like that because I trust that person. Okay, that, and you're adding things to the trust point bowl, and then you say, okay, I'm comfortable purchasing. Right? The same thing needs to happen with you. And when you create the environment to do that in a 5-day challenge or even a 3-day challenge, you increase the higher that they're going to, you increase your conversion rate because of the time you're spending with them. So it's really a more science than it is they're just in a feel good mood. They're spending more time with you, gives you more opportunity to put that trust together. And so it is a formula to that. It's completely different from the webinar style. It's completely different from cold calling. It's completely different from emailing. It's just a different format that takes a little bit to teach. And so we're going to be teaching that at the Accelerator. So do y'all like that? Does that sound like a good meal? And then all the things sprinkled in between. Coach Took is going to be in the house. She confirmed with me this week. So she can share a good word and all things that everybody else that will be adding on as time goes. But I wanted to at least drop the link for that. We do have the virtual option and the in-person option. We love to get you guys in person. You know, I want nothing more for you to come in person, but don't let that stop you. If you got work, if you got all the things. And here's the good news. Your live stream ticket automatically is your replay ticket. You automatically get the replay. Okay. If you're coming in person, you automatically get the replay. In your live stream ticket, you automatically get the replay. So even if you can't join live, you can hit us and on the replay.
And also, and hold us, and we'll make sure that we keep to this, because I don't want you to feel like if you do the live stream, then again, I would love to have you in person. Okay, understand? Okay? I get to my yelling. It gets to hit different parts of your body when I yell. Yeah, the bass gets to disrupt, some stuff in there. Okay, but I will make sure that we also take time out after sessions because you all know when we do these things, this is literally us serving at the highest level. At the highest level. So I know for these 3 days, it's not about me and it's not about time doesn't mean anything. So after we get off of the session, I will come sit down at the live stream and answer whatever questions that you all have for that, for whatever time that is needed before I, just move on. So I don't want you all to think that it's like there still will be that interactive component that is important to me. It is always important to me, one, when somebody trusts me to teach them something or to help them increase where they are in their business. And two, if someone ever opens up their wallet to invest into something that I'm doing, it's important to me that you get what you came for. And I think you all understand that as well.
That's so good. That's so good. So we want to, the Accelerator was created to be workshop style. It's not a conference. It's not a conference. It's the razzle dazzle's not there. This is about us wanting to see increase in our business. This is about, let me roll up my sleeves and get busy. A lot of times we have dedicated time that we're spending on our business a day. It might be a few hours. It might be 30 minutes. And so it's really a gift you can give yourself and your business to say, for 3 days, I'm locking in with my business.
Right.
I've done 10 million hours giving it to corporate America.
For sure.
For 3 days, I need to give this to myself. I need to know that I locked in on my business that I own, the LLC on, that I can pass down to my children or my nieces and my nephews or whoever. I need to know that I'm stewarding that well, and I'm going to dedicate time out where I'm in the room with like-minded people. You realize that's how I met Words and Roll and all. Just getting in the room and with like-minded people is already going to breed partnerships like it has done 10 times over for this. All right. So Trishelle, ask your question. Link is dropped. Link. Can y'all drop the link again? Link is dropped. And then we're going to do some awards. Okay. So words, I'm gonna do DBN first. If you can share whatever you want to say as their names pop up. Okay. So I'm gonna do DBN first, and then we'll do Reva. Trishelle, you can ask your question real quick, though, huh, before we do awards.
Okay. Hey Tiffany, hey Coach.
Hey.
What up, Trishelle?
Hey. Don't start. See, Tiffany, that's what he do. It's a whole thing. But look.
I just smiled. I'm excited that you're on. What's the problem?
So my question is, y'all was with the when you're about to eat, when you're in that phase.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know if you in? I heard y'all kind of apply it more so to the Reva. But how would that? How would we go about measuring that in our business? You know, the ones who are like in DBN who have different businesses.
I think you're there, but here's my indicator is I've been building on to momentum. I know, listen, I know that it's a formula. If I'm executing, if I'm building momentum, if you start to see growth in your content, you start to see growth in your group, you start to see growth in your email list. You're just starting to everywhere you look, you're seeing growth. You're seeing growth in your mindset.
Okay.
You're at the I'm about to eat. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know I'm about to eat.
Yes.
Now the next level of I'm about to eat is you start getting more people to visit your site, or you're starting to get more calls, or you're getting on more closing calls. It's only a matter of time.
So it's levels to that. So it's levels to the I'm about to eat one.
I definitely say there's levels. There's just levels in growth, period. There are indicators. Consistency is one level. Think about it. When you start, you're always in the I'm about to eat. But you have to get through the I'm starting, I'm consistent. Now consistency is bringing me some results. That results is now putting people in front of me. People are in front of me, and now I got two oranges that grew. I'm like, that's a snack. I'm about to eat is when I compound. I'm compounding on that. Okay. I'm on this meal plan now where I eat and I'm like, all right, now I'm ready to eat. Okay.
That was a good example. That was a good example. Yeah. Because I got about 7 oranges, but the whole tree ain't come yet.
That's right.
But you about to eat though. Now it's just adding the next part. There's another component. And here's the thing, as we move forward, there's gonna be a point where you start making 3 to 5K a month or 10K a month. And then now it's like, all right, now you ready to eat? Because you're going to tap out at that level. At some point, you will sustain that level. And then now we got to show you what the next level looks like. And that's the reason why we do the accelerators too, because we understand that there are levels to this. The programs that we have set up is for you all to get to a point where you're like, all right, what's next? Okay, that's why we have this accelerator. It was the best thing we could do because we talked about, and we would still do it. We talked about creating a whole nother program but that program will be like 20, 25 grand. But how can we get them that same information that we would deliver in that program for $700? How can we do that? Let's do an accelerator. So yeah.
Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you, Trishelle. All right. So I am going to share my screen, get ready for some awards. Very proud of you guys. We knew when we put this assignment together, it was gonna be a beast. Okay. And I know it put hands on some of y'all. And some of you persevered a little stronger than the others. And you documented your perseverance. I say that to say, if you didn't document, okay, we can't congratulate what we didn't see. All right. So let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Y'all see awards? Okay, very good. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all got your bow ties? Okay. All right, here we go. Words we're doing Dream Builder Nation first. All right, so here we go. Give it up for Tanisha Guy. Is that spelled? Did I say it right? Words?
Tanisha? Yeah, Tanisha.
Okay. All right, so Tanisha is receiving a Harvester Award. Do you know any wins she had, Words?
Well, one of the things that her TikTok had a crazy breakout.
Oh, that was Tanisha.
Yes, yep.
Oh, no,
She went from just not posting content to we had a call one Wednesday and she was like, "Wait, what's this? This Hillman talk? Oh yeah, I'm all over that." And
Yep.
then boom, she started going viral, had the breakout. So she's been consistent in that. Her group has grown. Her what's the name has grown. Her group,
Her community.
her community has
Yep.
grown and her following has grown. So yeah.
Okay, give it up for Tanisha. All right, our next award is gonna go to Tranell Taylor from Dream Builder Nation. Give it up for
Yeah.
Talk to me about Tranell.
Okay, so Tranell, once she left the Accelerator, she signed a couple big clients. One of them was like $8,500. She actually was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my webinar, and I'm just about to charge my price. So she did a webinar and closed couple $8,500 clients. So she got busy out here. She was working.
Tranell with the commas. Okay, it's a little comma in that close.
They did have
commas.
some commas in it.
I love it. I love it. All right, and give it up for Tanisha James, who I affectionately call Tuk.
Okay, Tuka. Listen, so Tuka, who finally listen, y'all, let me tell y'all real quick, okay? Tuka, I told Tuka a while ago, like, yo, for marketing purposes, just use weight loss as your draw. I get that you're trying to help these people heal and grow mentally, but these women want to lose weight, so draw them in with what they desire and then feed them the veggies. And it took us so long I don't want to do that, words. I don't want to do, but words, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So finally, she listened, and Tuka has been blowing up on YouTube. She's live daily. Okay, 4 p.m. every single day. Tuka is live, and she's winning. Her community is growing. Her subscribers are growing. Her mindset is growing. Like Tuka's one of them.
Come on, Tuk. Give it up for my girl. All right, here we go. All right, give it up for Shanice D.
Yeah. So Shanice, the same, just she got very consistent on YouTube, praying. So her thing was she was gonna get on YouTube and start praying for people's businesses.
Wow.
So she did that up until 50 followers, and then she kept it going. So the YouTube started growing. And then not only that, but what was also dope is she took an opportunity to serve another community. And then what then happened is she ended up being on that team, getting on the team in that community as well because she was serving at a high level. So that was also incredible. So shout out to Shanice.
Come on, Shanice. So proud of y'all. So give it up. That's Dream Builder Nation. Came through, made their coach proud. I'm telling y'all, it's a lot. These 3 days is a lot to be pouring out hours on end. And I think I slept for about a week after y'all left. Okay. It's a lot. And so the thing that makes it all worth it is when y'all get results. If y'all get results to transform, it makes it all worth it. Some of you, which was unexpected, opened up the test, saying your testimony, saying your win was the righteous soldier portal, right? Is the spiritual development that came. And so for those that are coming for this one, I'll be giving access again for those because I think that it's part of that personal development that you need to keep the cadence. Okay. So I'll definitely be giving that access to that portal again because I do think it's so powerful. So with that being said,
and I want to also point out something real quick too. Just be real quick. Yep. What they don't even know is that's why I say life will always life. They don't know that the morning of you weren't feeling well. I'm not feeling well, and I never get sick. And we're back there popping Shackley. That's right. In the back room popping Shackley, and whenever I don't feel well, I start fasting. So now I'm fasting to get myself right. My throat is scratchy, all of these things. Tiff not feeling well. I'm not sleeping like I want to because I'm up and all that stuff. And yet we still was like, nope. But that doesn't matter to them. These people got on flights I'm going to speak and talk and pour into their life until my voice stops working. Do you hear me? That's how important what we do is to us, and how important your success is. So I just want to make that be known as well.
Okay, that's so good.
Would
All right,
have never known. Exactly.
oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. You got to just, you know what I'm saying? It's showtime. So all right, here we go. We're gonna finish out with Reva's awards, and then Tristan just texted me and said this Zoom is required in 3 minutes. All right. So now we got to push it. Okay. We got to push it.
All day. Let's go.
I know, right? All right, Reva, here we go. So Tracy Burst gets the Prayer Igniter Award. Reva Nation, we actually had a prayer that they did every night at 9 p.m. At least it was 9 p.m. my time, at Central Standard Time. And every night they prayed this prayer, and they would come and put done our prayer. They would post something to let people know that they prayed the prayer. And there were 2 people that held it down the most. And I pray God reward you for your consistency in your prayer, that you covered your business and you work on your personal development, your spiritual development, alongside you learning about and teaching yourself what you need to do for the accelerator. And now those awards goes out to Tracy Burks. Okay, Tracy Burks, congratulations. And Rashida Warner received the Prayer Igniter Award. Thank you for being consistent in that. I think it helped other people be consistent, and other people know that it's not just about them doing it in their own might, but God helping them along the way, because I'm telling you, that is a pivotal part to all of our success. All right. Next award goes to Stephanie Younger, the Quiet Storm Award, because just because we introverts don't mean we ain't winning. Okay. These introverts be winning too. So Stephanie Younger may not be as boisterous and just yelling us down like some of the rest of us, but was a quiet storm, begin to get success in her business. And then we have one more Quiet Storm Award going to Charlene Jones. Come on,
Charlene.
Charlene got like 6 clients words. Okay.
Word? You better get it.
The Quiet Storm. Okay.
She quiet self.
Got her 6 clients with a little quiet self. Right? So Quiet Storm Award goes to Charlene. And then the consistency champion, Monica Dillon. She is the one that posted the most. Posted the most, that she was doing all of her stats for the day, who she hit up for the day, her marketing she did for the day. Monica, that to me, honestly, is probably up there above anything, even above somebody that got a harvest, is the seed planting, because it shows your level of faith and it shows your level of character, because you are planting seeds even before you see the fruit yet. And I'm so impressed by that. And I love you so much. And it also goes to Alina McKenzie, the consistency champion, always posting. Yes. And that doesn't say that you guys weren't doing your thing, but they actually did their thing and came and posted in the Telegram, every single time they had their stats for what they were doing that day. Next award goes to my girl, Brittany, the Innovation Award. Okay, Brittany, this award is going to Brittany and then one more person, because Brittany was out here making cartoons, okay? She was getting really innovative with her marketing, switching it up on them, doing little voiceovers. I said, Britt, okay, Britt making it work. Arlene Robinson for the Innovation Spotlight Award, who did avatars and created and just did other things outside of the norm for her marketing. I was super impressed by that and love you so much, Arlene. Next one is the Growth Champion Award, goes to Rachel. I'm telling you, where you don't look like what you've been through, okay? From where you started in January to where you are now, it just blows my mind, the success that you had. You stretched yourself, you made yourself uncomfortable, and you got the fruit to show it, and I'm so proud of you. Next, for the Growth Champion Award, give it up for Sakina Matthews.
Let go, Sakina.
Sakina came to the Accelerator without any clients yet, and it's like she said, she got clients. They kept sending contracts. Now she need them to get active again, so we're gonna be helping her make sure they get, hopefully these things, ideas help you, that needs assessment and stuff like that, that'll help get them active again. Okay, Sakina. But yes, Growth Champion Award. And then we have our Harvester Award going to Dr. Adrian Burfright. Give it up for Dr.
Okay, Dr. Adrian.
Dr. A. She secured a brokerage and was also offered a $200,000 salary per year to come work in office. Okay.
You better get it.
Yeah, that is incredible. So give it up for the award winners, okay, I do want to say for those of you that didn't get an award, listen, okay, your coach is proud. Coach Tiff is proud. Coach Words is proud. We just hand selected a few people that we saw, and all of these were based off of your documentation. All right, so we just went off documentation that we saw in the portal. If you guys can drop the link one more time, because I got to get off this Zoom so that Pastor TJ can take it over. But if you could drop the link one more time, we're excited to see you again in June. We're excited to take you to what's the next level is for your business. We're excited that you're going to go back in and do this accelerator assignment to keep the marketing going. So when we come in and we teach you how to now take the overflow of the finances and what to do with it, that's just another layer on your journey. When we teach you how to now build out a team, it should just be another layer on your journey. When we teach you how to now do a challenge, it should be just another layer on your journey, because you're going to go in and do the marketing one even on your own or maybe in small groups. So let this next accelerator be a layer on your journey. Okay, if you can't come in person, please join us virtually, because we want to make sure that we continue to have compound interest on our success. All right, compound interest. Thank you for joining me, Words. He said, hey, I'm gonna come and watch. I'm like, no, you're gonna come up here and help me teach about this harvest. And that was all on the spot. Give it up for Words who could just teach on the spot like that. Okay,
go
Words, you're so great. Wow.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.